things like this. I don't have any attention for. Like Rocky. Rocky's a movie that I've never seen in my life. I never have any intentions on seeing in my life. I'm not interested in it.
How could you have never have seen Rocky?
Yeah.
What?
I don't know. I've never seen Rocky. Like I said, I don't have any interest in seeing Rocky. I don't doubt that it's a great movie. I'm not interested in it. But my pop culture continues more of, or consists more of like cartoony things and the Looney Tunes, things like this. But anyway, welcome to the Two Dumb Yinzers, everybody. Today is episode 313. It's our first Sunday show live. We've had things on before on Sunday. We've had music days. We've had a bunch of different things here and there. But this is the start to the brand new summer schedule, the summer schedule that's going to run 7 days a week throughout the summer for the most part. And we welcome everybody. Thank you for joining us. How you guys doing this morning, Mike and Derpy?
I'm doing great, man. I'm doing great.
A lot of stuff going on. What's that, Derps?
Doing pretty good.
Good. A lot of things here going on over the weekend in Pittsburgh. Though I think the biggest story that I want to talk about real quick before we even get started is the Steel City Con, the one that's coming up. I think August or something. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Marissa Tomei is going to be there.
Way.
Yeah. My cousin Vinny, of course, the actress. And I know she's getting a little aged by now, but you know what? I would be very excited to see Marissa Tomei at any point in her life.
She's still beautiful. Beautiful. She was what, Aunt May in the most recent Spider-Mans?
Is she really?
Yes.
Yeah. Best part of those movies.
Yeah.
Marissa
See, Mike
Tomei.
knows what's up. Mike knows what's up.
No, I just know Marissa Tomei. She knows what's up. She's the best. My Cousin Vinny, she won an Oscar for My Cousin Vinny. I think that's
right.
Like
she did.
The last person to win an Oscar in a comedy was Marissa Tomei, and I argue Robert Downey Jr. should have won one for Tropic Thunder.
There you go, Tropic Thunder, everybody. Another thing is the Pitt basketball player Nelly Cummings that we followed very closely this season. Of course, he's from the county that we're in right here in our main studio. He is going to be trying out, guys, Monday. He's going to be working out with the Charlotte Hornets. So we're going to be seeing him down there playing for Charlotte. Hopefully that'd be cool if he makes it. And also Puff Johnson from Moon Township up the highway here, who was playing in North Carolina and just recently switched over to the Penn State. He threw out the first pitch on Friday night at the Pirate game. So a couple local basketball players showing up in the news the past couple of days. I say congratulations and good luck.
Heck yeah, boys. Let's get it.
Yeah, and it was weird because when Puff Johnson he came up on Twitter when he was talking about him throwing out the first pitch, they had him literally, it was sent out by the Brooklyn Nets.
Oh.
Yeah, so I don't even know what the significance, what the connection, I don't know.
Tampering.
Derpy going right into the conspiracy theories of tampering. I like it.
Derpy's going into conspiracy theories of tampering.
He was like tampering. And he just shouted it out. Derpy. Derpy.
I found it.
That's
I
new.
Found it.
I like it though.
Derpy.
Yes, I worked long and hard over this weekend to find that, and I finally found it. Now we have a Derpy button.
We need more Derpy buttons.
I know. I need about a dozen different Derpy buttons. That'll be my homework this week.
Oh God.
Work on making Derpy sound effects.
You need the sound effect from the camel that says Mike on one, and then you play it Wednesday.
No, we don't, Derpy.
What is it?
No.
What is it?
The camel, the old commercial with the camel where he says Mike. Guess what day it is?
Mike. I'm dead.
You need that sound effect and only playing on Wednesdays though.
Okay. I'll look into it. We'll look into it.
No, we don't. We don't need that.
112 days left till opening home kickoff for the Pittsburgh Steelers. 112. Guys, we're already going into June. You put that into consideration. I mean, it didn't even feel like Christmas and New Year's was that long ago. June is just right around the corner. So 112 days should go by really fast.
It's going to fly, and I can't wait. I am ready for some Pittsburgh Steelers, baby.
Yes.
Training camp's going to be fun.
Yes.
Maybe in the preseason, Never mind. I ain't gonna say. I was gonna make a Kenny Pickett comment, but I'm not. I don't want. It's Sunday vibe, Sunday fun day. I don't want to go down that road.
Yeah.
You see this picture here? That's the future. I see.
You got people just walked out of church. Like, don't get everyone all wound up at this point.
Hey, I got Derpy down here throwing out like Kenny Pickett fantasy football, like Madden stuff, winning the Super Bowl.
Super Bowl trophy.
Yeah. And Madden for as his background here, he's killing.
One thing we didn't do. Oh crap, guys!
What didn't we do?
We didn't say anything about what's the guy that just passed away up in
Jim. Yeah, Jim.
Okay, let me see if I could figure something out real quick here, guys.
Okay, hold on. I think I got.
Never hit a woman or abuse a child.
No.
Stop being toxic.
Is this it?
A, B. Accuse, abuse, belittle.
Is it this right here?
B.
Yeah.
Accuse, abuse, belittle.
Oh no, that's not it.
We'll have to take this abuse much longer.
Oh, I can't find it. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know what happened to my background, guys. I don't know what happened. We were in the newsroom. I don't know what happened.
But yeah, the guy from Cleveland did pass away the other day. But the Pittsburgh Pirates, they did start on Friday night. They have a 3-game series, guys, against the Arizona Diamondbacks. Now, this series was interesting to me because this team came in very similar than what we did. Record-wise, I think they were a game better than we were. We came out now, mind you, that last game of the Tigers series, I can't think of the guy's name, but he's one of the better pitchers in the American League. And they ended up beating him 8-0 the game prior to this series starting. So then they come in against, what is his name? Gallon, whatever it is, that he was supposedly the number 1 pitcher in the National League for the Arizona Diamondbacks. And we whooped his ass on Friday, 13-3. So 8-0, 13-3. And let me break it down to you this way, guys. In May, the 4 games that we won in May, we outscored our opponents 27-3. In the 4 games that we won, we outscored. If this isn't the most Pittsburgh Pirate thing that you've ever heard in your life,
right? Like we can beat you give us a good pitcher, we're gonna win.
Yeah.
So
I want to face all the aces the rest of the way.
Give us the aces. Don't give us any of these bums. Okay. We don't want that.
Yeah.
We want the aces.
And Oviedo, who pitched on Friday, he had a good outing. He had a 6 innings pitched, 2 hits, 1 earned run, 7 Ks. He hasn't let up a home run since the first inning of his first appearance was at the beginning of the season. He's been in the rotation all year. Johan Oviedo hasn't let up a home run since that inning. That's crazy to me.
That is crazy. I think he just jinxed him. So he's going to be serving up some long balls today.
Yeah. So
I just have that feeling.
They jumped back up, tied the Brewers in first place because the Brewers lost to Tampa Bay that evening. So they go into yesterday. Mitch Keller on the hill. Milwaukee still playing Tampa. We're going to bump up into first place and leave Milwaukee in the dust. No, Derek Shelton decides to pull our ace.
Mm-hmm.
And the one of the relievers comes in and serves up a
2-run. Baby.
Stevenson lets up a 2-run jack, which is ultimately the difference. It's 4-3 final count on that game. We lose. The Pirates, they dropped to 24-21. However, luckily enough, the Brewers, they lose again. So we're still tied in first place. This is got to be the most Pittsburgh Pirate things I've ever seen in my life. If this stuff doesn't fit that category as the most Pittsburgh Pirates, or as Derpy said, the Pirates are going to pirate. This is it. I mean, these are the kind of things that we see on the yearly. People don't understand these weird records and situations and things that always happen with the Pirates, but they always, every year, do these things. But yesterday, they you know what I like about this team, what they've been doing lately? Trying to fix the hitting issue. They've been leading off with Kutch.
Yeah.
And it's been working. I like Kutch in the leadoff position. What do you think about Kutch leading off?
I like it. He's getting on base. He's doing a whole hell of a lot better than Brian Hayes was getting on base. He's not gonna, be a threat to steal, but at least he's gonna get on base. That's what we want.
That's what you want from a leadoff hitter.
Yeah.
Get on base, start you off strong.
Exactly. And you get a runner on base. My God, just get a bloop single. Next thing you know, hey, you got a runner in scoring position right away. And that's what we need, man. They need to generate runs somehow, because we've seen this offense has been anemic ever since we got into May. They had that one game where they won scored 13 runs or whatever it was. Outside of that, we haven't done anything. So You got to generate offense somehow. You have a DH, use it appropriately. No, don't have just some bum out there. Get Kutch out there. He's going to get you on base. And like I said, he's not going to be out there stealing bases like Brian Hayes, but a threat to steal all the time. But my God, he's on base. That's all I want, a guy on base. And he can hit for power. He can still hit for power. He's our home run leader. Nothing wrong with a leadoff home run every once in a while.
You got Roansy. You got Roansy pitching today. Look up real quick for me, Mike. Who's pitching for the Diamondbacks, if you will?
The Diamondbacks. They have Merrill Kelly, who is 4-3 at 2.92 ERA. Let's see, 52 innings pitched. He's 55 strikeouts, 21 walks.
That's reasonable.
Walks, giving up 5 home runs. Look at Roansy Contreras. He's 3-4, 4.4 ERA, 45 innings pitched, 32 strikeouts, 20 walks, 4 home runs. The pitching seems to be kind of,
even.
There's, he has
that's a 50-50 matchup there.
Yeah. So like our offense seems to be able to hit on this guy, but no, he 4-3, but he only has a 2.9 ERA. So he's not giving up a lot of earned runs. So we're going to have to find ways to generate runs. And again, like Ryan's saying, keep Kutch in that leadoff spot.
Think about Kutch only 16 hits away from 2,000 hits in his career.
That's insane.
So this dude, he's going to want to get his hits at the top of the lineup. And speaking of Brian Hayes, yesterday he had a triple to score 3 runs. Maybe the leadoff spot just isn't for him. You switch guys around 1-2 spots in the lineup. Sometimes it makes a world of difference.
Oh yeah, because he'll be protected further. He has Santana bat in front of him now. Like Hayes does. Santana's in front of him. He has Joe right behind him. So he's a little more protected in the lineup. Because right now, at the top of the lineup, we have Kutch, then Reynolds, then Sawinski, and Santana. It's not the greatest top 4 in baseball, but pretty effective punch right there.
You know what they do? What I noticed that these top 4 do now that you got Andrew McCutchen in the leadoff spot, they work the pitcher. They make
exactly.
These are the guys that are going to make the pitcher throw more throws and be more accurate and get the balls in the right spots, because Andrew McCutchen doesn't go chasing. Brian Big Stacks Reynolds doesn't go chase. And these are good hitters who know how to hit. They know how to watch pitches. And a lot of times that goes a long way, because you get through your first 4 hitters and you give up a whole, the opposing pitcher throws a whole bunch of balls, that adds up quickly. And by the 4th, 5th, 6th inning, you really start to feel that and see that in the opposite team pitching whenever you have this kind of lineup. So I do like that. I like the way that these guys, they do work the count. They do make the pitcher work. And, to start off a game, that's what you want. And then by the time you get to 5, 6, 7, 8, the pitcher, he's still going to be sharp because it's the beginning of the game, but he doesn't have that top right off the top stuff where he's just ready to blow by you. So I do like that.
And that's gonna help everyone down the lineup too. That pitcher's gonna be tired once they, that second time through the rotation, the third time through the lineup. Yeah, that dude's gonna be tired.
In the rubber match game is today at 1:35. You could check that out shortly after the show is over. It is the 3rd and deciding game between the Pittsburgh Pirates and the 26-20 Arizona Diamondbacks. The Pittsburgh Pirates, they start a new series against the Texas Rangers tomorrow for 3 games. That game's at 6:35 on Monday evenings. So before they go back on the road, if you want to get downtown, check out some games. They do still have about a handful of games before they leave again.
Yeah, somehow we are still in first place.
That's right.
That's crazy.
And look out. Ryan St. Louis Cardinals, man, they have creeped up to 4th place. They're only 5 games back.
Yeah, they are tied now with the Reds, 5 games back. The Cubs are sitting at 4. Of course, the Brewers and Pirates are both tied in first place. Hopefully that changes today. We could win this series. We win this series and have Milwaukee lose to Tampa. That'd be fantastic. We'll take the first place lead into the new week, into the new series. But you know what? We all know how Pirates seasons play out. So they're going to keep it interesting. It's not going to happen easily. We're not going to go in there and we're not going to whoop up on Arizona. Something crazy is going to happen. And at the end of the day, hopefully we kind of land on the right side of the fence.
That's the way the Buccos go, man. They can never make anything easy.
Also, Mike on Derpy, Velasquez, he made or is making, I'm not sure if it was yesterday or today's game, but Velasquez is making his rehab start in the minors, which means he will be back up pretty soon. I can't wait to see Vince back up on the hill because he was one of the more dominant pitchers through the first 6 weeks of the season. Can't wait to see Big Vince back up on the hill.
Oh, but yeah, we need help. We need help. We can't just have Hope and Mitch Keller and Dick Mountain can go out there and win every time they pitch.
Think about Dick Mountain. He's been so successful, but he's given up the most home runs by the starting pitchers for the Pirates. Right. It's just because it's that style. It's a home run hitter, style pitcher. You're either going to strike everybody out because you have such an awkward delivery, such an awkward pitch, or they're going to hit home runs.
Sounds like Brian Shaw.
It's like Jose Canseco. Remember, Canseco either struck out or hit home runs. Jack Sawinski falls in that category as well. He's either going to strike out or hit a home run. That's the same idea on the mound. I don't get it. I don't understand what that's about. But he either gives up the long ball or takes everybody down.
But he's finding a way to win.
Yeah,
and I'll take that. I'll take that over any of our pitchers that are just ground ball pitchers that can't get anyone out.
Yeah. So there you have it, everybody. That's the Pittsburgh Pirates news and info for the day. We're going to talk about a few other things here. Of course, the Pittsburgh Maulers, they played yesterday. They took a beating by Todd Haley's Memphis Showboats, 22-0. I was expecting it to be a little bit closer of a game.
Yeah, just a little bit.
But you know what? The way that these USFL standings are, you can't count out the Maulers. They're still right in there. I didn't take a look to see who the other teams won and who the other teams that lost were. But you have to think that we're still in it because there's teams in the bottom part of that the standings that had to lose yesterday.
Yeah. Let's see what the Stars and Generals. They're 2 and 3. I believe they might be playing today.
Okay.
Because we're 2 and 4, and the Panthers are 2 and 4 right now. We're sitting in third. So. Let's see. We have the Breakers. The Breakers. They're playing Philadelphia, so we need the Breakers to win. And New Jersey Generals. They're playing the Houston Gamblers. We need the Gamblers to.
If we could just play better than the other poor, teams, just play poorly enough.
Yeah,
I guess you could say. We could sneak into the playoffs because again, at this point, we were in a playoff spot going into this weekend.
Yeah.
So 2 weeks prior to that, I didn't think we even had a chance.
Bad games happen, man. Bad games happen. You can't win them all, boys, and they're kind of proving that.
Also, the Women's Football League, the Pittsburgh Passion, they go on the road to play Detroit. They went on the road to play Detroit yesterday. Sorry, they win that game 28-6. That puts the Passion at 3-1, 3-1 with 2 games left. Their chances of making the playoffs are looking good. It's hard to scout and it's hard to know because you don't know what these other teams from these other cities are doing. Of course, Boston, we thought was going to be a great game, was anything but a great game, but they managed to rebound from that. They came back with the win 28-6 over Detroit. Again, they are 3-1, 2 games left. I think hope these girls can get into the playoffs, and then we'll see what we can do from there.
Heck yeah. Pittsburgh needs a championship, and we will take it anywhere we can get it.
That's right, baby.
And if it's the Pittsburgh Passion, hell yeah, that makes it even sweeter. Because it would come out of nowhere. So, like, you wouldn't expect. Like, the women carrying Pittsburgh, baby.
That's right.
That's what I'm talking about.
We cheer the X. What is it? The X chromosome? The Y? What is it? I'm not a science guy. What is that?
Men are XY, X and Y.
So they're the X.
Then they would be XX or Y.
So we cheer the XX chromosome here in Pittsburgh.
And the XXYY XX chimeras, all of them. Go out there and whoop some ass.
I can't take that.
I went down the side. I was watching science documentaries the other night. It's
Mike filled me in on this the other day. Andy Weidel named a candidate for 2024 GM. Around the league, people are going to want this guy. They're going to want Andy Weidel. Look what he's doing. Look what's going on in Pittsburgh. But what was said to him? What was said, Mike? It says he makes good money and they listen to him. So
they listen to him. Yeah, and it sounds like he's happy here in his role. Hopefully, it'd be nice to see him go on and to be a GM somewhere because he seems like the guy that would be a great GM. But hey, as long as him and Omar Khan, as long as he wants to stay here and work with Omar Khan and just be that guy, some people, they get to a position and they're like, hey, you know what? I don't want any more responsibility. I like where I'm at, which is trust me, Andy Weidel, I feel you. That's how I am. You get to position out of work and you're like, you know what? I don't want any more responsibility. I love where I'm at, comfortable. And hey, I hope he can stay that. We saw Omar Khan for like 20 years just being the cap giver.
As you said the other day, man, you've got to follow the money, and maybe he ends up in Cleveland next year, and they pay him a whole shitload of money. And you just don't know.
Money talks, baby.
Money talks.
You pay me enough, I'll go do the job. But no, I'm hoping him and Omar Khan at least for one more off season together. Those two to have 2 good off seasons back to back together, that would set this franchise up for years to come.
Speaking of Cleveland, Deshaun Watson has never won a game in Pittsburgh. Let me ask you guys, Mike, Derpy, do you guys think that he gets his first win in Pittsburgh this season?
Oh, I can see it happening. I can see that. It's football, man. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. Like Derpy says, it's all about when you catch someone at the right time on the schedule. And we could be having a down week. They could be going up. Yeah, they could have the better matchup that week. I forget what I predicted. I think I predicted maybe we swept them this year in our way too early season preview. But you know what? I can talk myself into them winning a game at Heinz Field.
What do you think?
I think it could slip away from us.
Oh boy, that was surely delayed, wasn't it?
Let's
go all together. What do you think? Derpy. There you go.
I think it could slip away from us.
You think we could lose the home game against Cleveland this year?
Yeah, it could slip away from us.
I think we're beating Cleveland in both matchups.
But I think
call me crazy. Call me crazy. But
from history, I think we'll beat them. It's just our offense it depends on Canada, basically. Depends on Canada for me.
Here you go.
Blame Canada. Blame that's the new
Canada.
Steelers fight song is blame Canada, because that's all anyone knows what to do.
Najee Harris is the first player in Steelers history with 1,000+ yards rushing in both of his first 2 seasons. Does Najee Harris break 1,000 yards in season 3?
If he does it in a 17-game season,
it would be because of injuries. I would assume.
I would be very worried because he only needed like 60 yards in a 60-game season. So yeah, he's Najee needs to break 1,000 easily, and he needs to have like 1,500 yards.
I think he's going to do that again. It's going to be something like an injury that will stop him. What do you think?
Derpy.
I think he can if the line stays healthy.
Yeah. I think a lot of things could happen if we stay healthy. That's the big key, I think, with this year's team.
This is kind of
how
scary.
long and how well we could stay healthy.
You're right. Because something always happens, Mike. You're right.
It's scary. Like if we stay healthy, there's a lot of if we stay healthy talk on this team. And that's kind of what scares me, man. I'm excited. Don't get me wrong. I am excited. For me, it's not just staying healthy. It's everyone on this team, top to bottom, needs to take another step.
Let me ask you this, guys. Which one of these undrafted free agents do you feel most confident with? I'm going to give you the names. You tell me why you feel most confident about the person you pick. And then you tell me how effective you think that they could possibly be if they do, in fact, make this team. Jordan Byrd, the wide receiver. Monty Pottebaum, the fullback. Tanner Morgan, the quarterback. B.T. Potter, the kicker. David Perales, the offensive lineman.
That guy? No. That's offensive lineman. That's why.
Defensive end, James Maganawana. Or the running back, Alfonso Graham. Out of these 7 guys.
Which one's the edge?
The edge is that guy with the Nyamwaga. James Nyamwaga.
You sure it's not the Fresno State guy?
I don't know. These are the 7 names.
This is the list that we have, Turkey. That's what we're going with.
Okay.
Out of those 7 names, context clues. See, you keep on topic.
I don't know. If I had the name, I would have put it down.
Who was the last running back that you named?
The running back is Alfonso Graham.
I can see Alfonso Graham making the right, because I believe that's the guy that we signed to the 3-year contract, correct?
Yes.
Like he really impressed, and so I think because Benny Snell's not coming back, so we definitely need
David Perales.
So I'm going to go with that running back right there, just because we signed him for that contract. So I'm going with him.
You know what? We also signed Gentry to a contract, and there's a chance that Gentry doesn't make this team, and I think he's going to. I think he's going to go
to because Connor Hayward. I think they're going to move him into that fullback H-back role.
I do too, but we have a lot of people in that spot in that.
Did you say David Perales was a tackle?
Offensive lineman.
He's not. He's an edge.
Oh wow. So there's the information that I got was incorrect. So
yeah,
Perales is the edge.
And he's got some dog in him. I've seen his highlights.
He got that dog in him.
So this is your guy. This is the guy you're sticking with?
Yeah.
Okay. Mike,
So-
you got
Especially from the
Alfonso?
comp that he was just getting past linemen like crazy.
I think that the one that will be on this team, it's definitely not going to be Tanner Morgan. After all the moves,
Mason,
everything we just
You know, on
did
the
this
moves.
week
No.
between Mason and Mitch and everybody, so he's not going to be there. I think the kicker is not going to be there. I think that Boswell is certainly going to do well enough to make the team. I don't think it's going to be Pottebaum because we already have we have a few fullback. And here's the thing with having a lot of tight ends, a lot of times you can move them back into the fullback position, as Mike said with Connor Hayward. Even Gentry, you could bring him back into the backfield and run certain plays with him. I don't think he makes it. My guy, I think the one that's going to make it and have an effect on this team is going to be Jordan Byrd, this wide receiver returner. I think that this guy, he's I do. I think we need lightning in a bottle, and I just don't know how much you're going to want to stick Calvin Austin back there dealing with the injuries that he's dealt with through the first season that he's been here. You want this guy to be a part of your offense. He's quick. He could make a lot of things happen. And I just think where the position they came in with Calvin being last year and Bird being this year, I just think that that's the way it falls. Calvin is going to get a majority. If in fact that this fellow makes it, he will be, majority of the offense, and Bird will be playing a lot of taking a lot of returns, which, that's kind of how you operate the ship, right?
That's how you should. Calvin Austin, he is a little. Do you want to expose him to the punt return and kick returns where dudes are flying down there that fast?
Right.
More or less have free.
How long it took us to get him healthy, from point 8 to now.
Yeah. So I can see that. Hopefully this kid does pan out. And if he does become if he's just a return specialist, I'm okay with that. My God, teams that have just a return guy that is lightning in a bottle, that can flip field position, that can score you 2-3 touchdowns a year for special teams, it's huge. And
absolutely,
you know what? I would like to see it. We haven't had a dynamic returner who just did returns. And I don't know when. I know we've had people like Rod Woodson back there when I was growing up. Antoine Randall Holmes, AB, but those guys then become starters, and you have to find someone else. It's I don't want to put a starter back there, so hopefully this guy can do it. And I don't want to see Calvin Austin get killed back there. But if Calvin Austin can be shifty and limit big hits, I'd take that too.
It's a whole skill within itself, as is the kicking spot and the punter spot. If you're a good returner, you're a good returner, and they're few and far between. You don't find this Josh Cribbs on every team. You don't find this Devin Hester. I mean, if you find your guy who's lightning in a bottle, you have to keep him. You have to roll with him, and that's kind of what I'm hoping that Jordan Byrd is. If he can be that guy, man, that just opens up the game so much more for this Pittsburgh team. It puts their offense in positions to start with good field position. I mean, there's so much that could be said about having a guy like this and the guy that we hope that he is on your team. It goes such a long way. And I think that, if you get a guy like that gives you the edge over, let's say you're playing a team where everything is basically equal. Let's just, for example, say the Ravens, for the sake of the conversation. We're always pretty even with the Ravens, but you have that guy that can make a difference on special teams that puts you, like I said, at the 40-yard line opposed to the 15-yard line. That's 25 extra yards you're starting off with. And
that was Sims last year.
You don't have to fight for and fight against their defense for.
Yeah.
Having that guy is huge. I hope this is him. And if he's not, you know what? He's not. But you know what? To find that guy, it's so big. It's so big in the NFL.
It is huge. It's huge, man. Because like you said, man, field position is everything in this game. Especially like if you have an offense that's struggling for whatever reason, whether it's the quarterback, the line, the running back, the coordinator, getting those extra yards, man, the hidden yardage in special teams. That's why it's the third part. Is 1/3 of the game, and it's a huge part of the game, and it often gets underlooked until you don't have a good returner, and you get one who can flip field position. It's a thing of beauty.
Let's just say you're playing a team that's better than you. Kansas City, Buffalo, some might argue, Cincinnati. This position, the guy that could do this well, he becomes the equalizer in a game like that, because those teams are, that they're more able to score at will, let's say, than we are. You get that guy who's a special teams
demon.
He keeps you in the game. You don't have to keep up with this team in a shootout pound for pound by throwing the ball or by, this person's going to put you in a position to at least keep you in the game and take those shots and have that chance.
And if people are afraid to kick to him, punt to him, and they want to do directional kicking, that's when you see a lot of punters shank their punts, is when they're trying to, like, we don't want to kick this guy, we want to kick away from him, and then they get into their head, and then instead of just going out there and doing their job, they're thinking. And you hear that like every pro athlete says, I don't want to go out there thinking. Like, it doesn't matter if you're a quarterback, running back,
that's the worst thing you could
kicker,
do.
You don't want to think. You don't want to think, and they do that to punters all the time, and they get in their heads.
Practice year round, so you don't have to think when you're on the field.
Yeah,
you want to be able to react.
Yeah.
You want to be able to play.
Yep.
The more you think, the more you put yourself behind the 8 ball,
and you get a good return. Man, we've seen it when our punters, man, they have shank punts all year long.
Absolutely.
When they're trying to kick away from someone.
Mike, that is the 2-minute warning. Why don't you go and tell everybody about the website?
Yinzers.com, the number 2 DUMYINCERS.com. Head on over there for all your 2 Yinzers needs. YouTube, Spotify, Anchor. Click on any of those. You can watch all of our videos, listen to all of our podcasts, listen to everything 2 Yinzers at 2Yinzers.com. You can follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitters, all through there. Just go on the web, search 2 Yinzers. All this stuff pops up as well. But the merchandise store is on there too. Get your Bob Nothing merchandise, 2Yinzers.com.
Do go check that out, everybody. A lot of cool things over on the website, www.2Yinzers.com. We are now on our summer schedule. Our summer schedule is 7 days a week, Monday through Sunday, all through summer. This is the half-hour show. We cut back to a half hour, but we did add days. So it's 11:30 every day, 7 days a week. We hope that you continue to check us out. Also, the show that we do that day gets uploaded on Spotify in podcast form, 8 o'clock in the evening the same day. So this show will be up this evening on podcast form on Spotify. If you want to if you only have a chance to listen, maybe at the gym, maybe in the car, at work, you can check it out this evening at 8 o'clock on Spotify. Guys, you ready for a trivia? This is going to be the last Arizona Diamondbacks trivia. I hope you guys studied up over the weekend.
Yeah, all weekend long, that's all I've done is study.
That's what I like to hear. Here we go. Which Diamondback pitcher won 4 consecutive Cy Young awards? I'm looking for a Diamondbacks pitcher that won 4 Cy Young awards consecutively, 4 in a row. Go ahead and take a moment to think that through.
Oh my God.
I'm confident the guys will knock this one out of the park.
All
right. I think I'm going to come over here and I'm going to start with Derpy, what do you think? Who do you think was which Diamondback pitcher won 4 consecutive Cy Young awards?
I think it has to be Randy. I don't know any. It might be. I think it's Randy Johnson, but I'm not positive.
Big unit.
Got to remember, they did have some good pitchers during that time. They had Kurt Schilling, they had Randy Johnson.
Kurt Schilling, that's right.
Don't change your decision on what I say. I'm just throwing out there.
I'm going with Kurt Schilling. Kurt Schilling was my number 1.
I love the bloody sock. You know what? I don't know.
He put ketchup on there.
I tell you what, there was nothing better than those Red Sox Yankees series. I'm not a Yankees or a Red Sox fan. However, I did very much so get into those series. Amazing stuff between Kurt, the whole thing. But so you're going to say Kurt Schilling, Derpy. You're going to say Randy Johnson. Is this correct?
Yeah.
All right. Let me go ahead and lock it's both in. All right. Here we go. Which Diamondbacks pitcher won 4 consecutive Cy Young awards? Derpy says Randy Johnson.
Good pick.
Mike says Kurt Schilling.
Good pick.
The answer is Randy Johnson, guys. Randy Johnson won 5 in his career. These 4 were consecutive. Both of those pitchers were amazing. Yep. I don't know which one I would have went with if I hadn't known the answer. Both good picks.
I went with Schilling because he's the first one that popped to my mind. I was like, oh, they had Schilling. Well, they also had Randy Johnson. Then when Derpy said Johnson, I was like, oh, that's a good pick, but I got to stick with my gut, and my gut failed me.
They did. You know what?
I could have pulled a Derpy and said, I'm just going to do Mike's answer. I should have done that. I just went with Derpy.
I tell you what, though, they were both great.
Yes.
Imagine facing
the dude killed a bird, though.
He didn't kill a bird.
So why wouldn't he
vaporized.
That bird committed suicide.
He vaporized a bird.
So why wouldn't he won it 4 times in a row?
because they were like, we can't give it to a murderer 4 times in a row. We got to break it up.
Actually, the funny thing is, this actually happened again this year. I don't know if you saw this. Basically, another bird was in the way of a Diamondbacks pitcher, and then also died but it didn't evaporate.
It didn't
Wow.
evaporate. Okay, yeah,
And it was
no,
during warm-ups
I
though.
wasn't facing
No.
Randy Johnson.
So, yeah.
But hey, everybody, it is time to take off for the day. Mike, do you have anything before we take off, man? Any words to send people off into
Any
the new
words?
week?
Penguins fans, and just Pittsburgh sports fans. Kyle Dubas, is he the answer at GM? Apparently, the Penguins reached out to ask permission to talk to him. It was like, yeah. So look out with if he comes here, I think that's going to be awesome. Kyle Dubas,
What do you think?
they're big.
Go support the Bucks this summer. Summer ball is important.
There you go, everybody.
162.
Good words of wisdom from Mike and Derpy, of course. But we thank everybody for checking us out. We will be back tomorrow. Again, this is part of our summer schedule where we are running 7 days a week, 11:30 in the morning. Check us out all week long. We thank everybody for checking us out, and we appreciate everybody. We hope that you continue to do so. So for Ryan, Derpy, Mike, the two dumb Yinzers, have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.